Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Vintage Toys and Board Game Chatter. I'm Timothy.
I'm Linda.
And welcome to our channel where we discuss all sorts of things. What topic have we got today?
Tabletop games.
Tabletop games. So sports board games, but usually without a board. That kind of thrilling activity games.
Yes, indeed.
And with this first one, obviously cricket.
And we've got
Cricket at Lords.
Cricket at Lords by Chad Valley.
Chad Valley, of course, a very famous English company, produced some of the most collectible games that you can get. And we've got a few. We'll do a whole Chad Valley episode one day, won't we?
We will, yep.
But
this one is a real action cricket game for your table.
You probably need a bigger table than this. And I think it's like 3.5 feet or something for...
between the wickets.
But you can play it on the floor as well. Now, before we go into any details, it's not much of a game. But I think the fun of this is just setting it up and putting the players with the great little pieces for the guys in the field and the wickets and things. But you have a thrilling activity, action man, bowling arm, rubber band powered bowler, which is kind of the gimmick of the game that makes it work. And well, it does work. Do we want to have a crack at that bowling ball?
We'll try.
You put the fielders out. One person is the batter, and you're defending your wicket up this end. Most of these people don't understand cricket anyway, but you hit the ball.
Who understands cricket?
If it goes off the table, you get 6 runs. If it dribbles off, you get 4 runs. But if you hit one of the players, you're out. Okay. And if it hits the wicket, you're out. Let's see how we go. Try not to lose it this time.
Oh!
That's the most successful we've ever done it. I think that would be 1 point. I think you get 1 run. Do you want to try it again?
Go. I'll see how I go. I'm concentrating.
You're good.
Oh, I nearly got you out again.
Right. No, let's see. Oh. There we go. And we've got a scoreboard with the little thing, so you can play it quite seriously. But I think, I'm not too sure.
It must have been very well received because this is an earlier version.
Oh, right.
Up behind Timothy, the other side of Timothy, is a newer version. But the insides are pretty much exactly the same. So they didn't improve on the fact that these fell over.
But on a hard dining room table, it was fantastic.
A Christmas cricket game in Australia or New Zealand would just be
And this is like a photo lithograph.
Yeah, photolithograph.
Yeah,
this is the earlier one. And beautiful blue.
That's probably a famous player, isn't it?
Probably is.
That's probably... Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
We'll tell you if we find out.
We will. We'll do some research.
All right. Can we gather these up and we'll move? Have we got another cricket game to show?
We have.
All right. This is actually
I don't know why cricket lent itself so well to...
It's our national game.
Ah, okay. Brilliant. Okay, test match. Ooh, good. John Sands.
Great Australian... inventor or producer of games, and it has got a very clever way of playing the game. And I don't quite know how it works myself. These 2 little levers, so one person takes the role of the bowler and the other person is taking the role of the batter, and it's got a randomizing machine
inside this cardboard box
thing, and so
magical. It's magical.
It is magical. So I take my lever. So when we play, and I go to the first ball here, and then I go back up to the top, and it says
no ball.
No ball. So that means I have to do it again. So
no, I've got no ball here.
Oh, you've got no ball there.
So I get bingo. What do I get? 4 runs.
4 runs.
4 runs, Timmy.
So, and I don't even need to use this. Oh no, that was the other cricket game. I forgot to show you the scoring card. But how do you score?
You score up here. It's got its own little scoring system.
So it's 3 more little, 3 or 4.
So I was 4. I would put 4 here. 4 runs. Here I am. And we've had 1 wicket. Haven't had a wicket yet.
No. So then we do it again. So I would then bowl the second ball, and it's coming up
a bouncer.
A bouncer. So then Linda does that on her one.
Bouncer.
Bouncer.
4 runs again. I want 5.
So I don't actually know if I've never really analysed, and I don't think I want to know how it works. But if there's any difference between those and the results that come out.
No, it's always random.
It's just random, yeah.
But it's a great game for little ones because they're going to learn. It's very easy. There's not a lot of skill, but they learn the words. They learn that how many runs you have to do and what kind of balls, and they learn how to score. So it's a really good little game for real young'uns.
Yeah.
You may not have the skill, but they can if they can count and read a little bit. They're off.
I think so.
And that's lovely. Look at that beautiful. It's got the ground there.
And you can play this while it's raining, when the cricket's been cancelled because of rain.
Exactly.
All right, moving on.
All right. More cricket.
More cricket.
Not only cricket, Timothy. This is a thrilling activity game.
Getting a bit of flair there, Linda.
That's
better.
Terribly sorry about that.
That's
Timothy.
all good.
Okay. And it is by
John Sands once again, but this one is more action-packed indeed. So,
can I just say, I love the cover of this. I love the cover of this because this guy and this guy are the same guy. They must have been twins. Just a little thing I noticed. Okay, so you open up your box,
you take
and
out
someone becomes the batter.
That'll be me.
And someone becomes the bowler. And you've got a little grid inside here with little cricket balls with numbers and things like stumped, run out, and caught, and bowled. And you decide where you want to put those numbers.
Yep.
I do. The bowler does.
And then you tilt that
and then
around.
You tilt this to the other person.
And I think you have it sort of about 45 degrees, which gives it more chance of going back into the ball.
And it doesn't go over the top.
And then you throw this down a little.
And you see if you go in. Oh, 6 points.
Runs, dear.
Runs. I was doing so well there for a while. You want another go?
Yeah.
Oh, run out. Ha!
Easy come, easy go. So, as a game, it works really well. It's good. You've got to write down your scores as opposed to the other guy. You're flaring again, Linda. There we go. That's better. And, yeah, I think it's good. Can you still buy this?
I don't think
it's
so.
Called box cricket on this one.
Box cricket? What's it called on the front?
It's
a thrilling activity
no,
game.
it doesn't.
Just cricket.
Just cricket, and then it calls it box cricket. 1960.
Well, that was the copyright. There's you'll go into that copyright thing. Just because it says, oh, no, don't worry. We'll have a whole day about copyright.
More games.
Okay.
I think I know what's up next.
Do you?
We're heading into the football games.
We're going to do a football game. Now, this one is called the Jolly Game of...
Mary.
The Jolly Game of Blow Football. But on the side, it's called the Merry Game of Blow Football. These things are sent to test us, really.
Blow football. Now, I think I know where this is going, Linda. In an age of diseases, do you think that a game that involved blowing through a tube around a table is acceptable anymore?
Sure.
No is the correct answer.
No. Okay, sorry. Don't ask me. What would I know? So I think you play with a team against a team.
Team against a team.
So red team against, that's me, against blue team.
Yep. And you've got a little light, sort of an early plastic ball here, and which you're trying to get through the goal. But by blowing at each other.
Well, there's nobody over there. Why are you blowing it over
Well, I'm going to move around the table to the other side in a moment. Etc. I think I'm getting dizzy. Now, the wonderful thing about these is obviously the two goalies. And as you can see, that tin toy, and printed onto the tin, I believe, or is that a stencil?
No, it's printed on.
Printed on? Mm. Fantastic. It doesn't quite swing around as much as I thought. It
probably did in the old days. It might need a little bit of WD-40 or something. Okay. But yeah, lovely. Really lovely little game. I'm going to have to wash those now.
And it looks like, this is like
50s.
40s, 50s. They look like 40s, kiddies 50s. Just after the war.
Spears games, yeah, made in England. Lovely. Lovely little thing. Put that away to me and we'll find something else.
20 minutes of blowing.
All right for the young.
Uh,
Right for the young'uns.
all right, what else have we got?
Oh, okay. Well, we're going into racket sports now.
Racket sports.
Fascinating fun for the entire family. Table badminton.
Table badminton. A lot of these would be Christmas presents, wouldn't they? Yeah. So they came under the tree, hopefully to keep the kids occupied while the parents sort of got stuck into the gin and tonics. Christmas punch.
Who's this made by? Tall Toys.
Tall
Toys. Lovely graphics. Look at that. It's beautiful. Like, sort of, probably early 50, around the 1950s. But beautiful colours. You know, I love it. And I love the graphics.
And this one works as well.
This one does work. This is a great little game. Isn't that gorgeous? So you have...
You're always green.
I'm always green or red.
Okay.
If there's green or red, I'm green or red.
And you're both.
And Timothy gets whatever's left, which is his favourite colour,
So
yellow.
you've got little rackets there that actually propel, as you'll see in a moment, and your targets are there, and the yellow people aiming at the yellow end, and the green going at the red end. So Christmas yellow, and you also have the shuttlecocks, or the bird as they're called in Baddo. All right, let's have a little demo. I won in the practice session, so
He thinks he won in the practice.
you have 3 sets, and 3 sets of 4 shots. If your shuttlecock goes out, it's not counted, and if it's lying outside, it doesn't get counted either. Somebody apparently says go, and
You go.
you go.
Damn. You're allowed to say damn. What's
This is a
happening here?
low-scoring match. Here we go.
Oh,
I've got 90 points.
30. Damn. Ha. Oh, dear.
I missed the ball. So that's basically a round. I got one in for 75 points. Linda got one in for
30 points.
So I win the set. I think it's great, and I can see kids playing that for hours. I can also see different projectiles being used.
What happens if you get someone in the same
No,
one?
that's good.
You get double?
But don't you see? You could use. You'd be knocking over castles and trying to hit the cat and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a sort
No,
of.
you can't say that.
You could do all sorts of things. It's a great game.
It is a great game. It's very cute.
I've never seen it out in the wild before. Can't remember where we got this one.
No.
So
No.
great little collectible.
Yeah.
Baddo. All right, what else?
Okay, we're heading into soccer.
Shocker.
Now, we've got a big soccer game behind us. Well, we're not going to show that one, but anyway,
It's a bit dull.
It's a bit dull.
This is
this
great.
one is fantastic. So I showed soccer or football.
Well, either or.
Yes, because this is a German game, so I'm guessing it's football.
Yep.
So it's called Tip Kick, and it's got lovely lithograph printing on the front. And let's have a look inside.
So the company is I'll put this in the description. MEGS, MEGS, I think. And we're kind of dating it around 50s, maybe even 60s, and it's in that cusp between lead components and moving into plastic. It has both. So
lead and plastic. Has a.
Let's put it out.
Yeah, we'll put it out.
Yeah.
It has a
Pitch.
pitch,
Field
which is
of play.
printed on there. It's like a fabric, and there's yours.
Yep.
That's metal mesh.
Goal.
In for your goal.
Don't
put your first.
Yeah, don't put it on right in front.
And
The goalies.
you get the goalies.
The goalies are the plastic ones, and they operate.
Fantastic. So they
Dive to the left. Dive to the right.
Dive to the right. To the left. Okay, so there's your goalie.
Because there's always a lot of diving going on in football. So this is my
And then
one.
there's the red goalie. So he goes into his little slot.
Now, we don't have the instructions for this game, so we just play around with it and try and imagine what would have happened. There we go.
Timothy.
Yes,
Oh, that's my man,
that's your man.
the red man.
Yup.
And here's your man.
I will
And
demonstrate.
these are lead
So it's got a little bit of weight to it, and especially to the foot. The right foot is on a little hinge, so
with a button on the head,
which is the kick. So and the ball is fascinating as well.
The ball is fascinating. So the ball.
It's multi-sided.
Dodecahedron.
A dodecahedron. It's got lots of different sides on it, but it's painted red for this side and yellow for this side. So I think that's got something to do with who kicks it next.
So you promote.
I think you might roll it random. So yellow's going to kick off, and you can move back, I think. And I'm going to kick off like this, boing, and it's on red. So red takes the next shot. Red's going to take another shot now, and I'm going to try. You got a goal.
I have to take my shirt off.
Off you go, dear. So there we go. That's how it's played. I think we worked it out all by ourselves, left and right. It's a fun game, but I think highly collectible with these little guys. And I don't know whether you had any more on. I don't think so, because they slotted into the box there. I've never seen another one. I think the value is, as I say, the mechanical little kickers there. This brilliant little guy who dives not quick enough for Linda's sharp foot. The lithograph on the front, they're making it a fantastic little collection piece. Hey, if you've been enjoying these games and would like to see more, why don't you give us a thumbs up? It encourages us to make more. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I think it's in the corner there or in the description below. And leave us a comment on your favourite sports tabletop game. Have we got more to show?
We've got one more.
One more, all
but
right.
It's a big un.
A big un.
A big un, as they say. Try-line. Look at the size of this game.
This is another football game.
Football game. But this is football.
Football. There's a rugby league.
And
rugby union.
And rugby union.
How can that be?
Well, let's go in and have a look.
Let's go in.
I was going to say, it's an interesting game. Richer Proprietary Limited. I don't know if this was a board game company or a printing company, or I can't find anything. They were in Brookvale. It's a really interesting cover.
It's like 1960s, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like almost pop art, and it's like a screen print. It actually feels and looks like a screen print, as opposed to being offset print.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting game just for that. And then we get inside, and again we've got this mad screen print kind of effect on the board, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Look at that. Try line.
Instructions inside the cover.
Yep.
That's right. And what's quite interesting is it kind of abstracts the game of football, either rugby union or rugby league, and you put out a number of players. So you put out 13 players if you're playing league, and you put out 15 players if you're playing rugby union. It's further kind of abstracted. You're not really trying to get goals. You're trying to knock the opponent out of the game. Yeah, biff.
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 It's just a game of biff.
So if you land on another player, I think they get knocked out of the game, and you continue until
football.
That's football, and you continue until there's no players on one side, and that team wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, it's a big board, but
I'm sure it's a lot of fun. No, there are a bit more things involved. There's passing and tries and conversions, etc. But essentially, it's just a bit of running around, barging into one another. So there we have it. Linda.
Yes.
What are we going to look at next episode?
I think we might do games of skill.
But those were games of skill, weren't they?
Oh no, but these are going to be real games of skill.
All right, that sounds great. Well, I hope you're going to join us there. Thank you. See ya.
Bye. That was all right.
That was good.
You used my line.
What?
Biff, that was my line. I came up with that line. It was going to be my
Your moment.
crowning glory, and you took my line.